The next level of spending money is spending to improve your health. You've heard so much and you've probably said it yourself that health is the priority. Maybe your big focus right now is your work, money, fitness, whatever it is. With your health, you do everything better. And I can't help but think about the time where my health drastically got worse. You don't often hear of like a young guy tell you this, do you? But there's been like two moments of my life where I'll tell you about both of them, okay? In 2020, early 2020, January, February, I had been living like a degenerate for the last like 9 months. I had been smoking weed every single day. I had been like in this relationship with this girl that I was living with who I didn't even trust or like or, want to be with, but I was so afraid of breaking up with her, and we lived together. I was eating junk food every single day. And then when COVID started and the lockdown happened, then I stopped exercising completely. And literally all I was doing was just indulging, watching content, watching movies, smoking weed, playing video games and everything. And I remember my mental health getting like really, really bad. Really bad, that I couldn't help but get negative thoughts all the time. Like I'd wake up and I'd smoke first thing in the morning. I'd be fapping. I'd go and like sit on the toilet and literally just like scroll and look at like Instagram girls and fap, like literally within the first hour, like as part of my morning routine. Playing video games for hours. Like my girlfriend this girl I was living with, she was like a gamer girl, like alongside me. So we both used to play. And it was just so depressing. Like there was nothing that was happening. There was no growth, no progress, nothing productive that we were doing. And I remember just my mental health was just so bad. Then my girlfriend got a message from my father. He wanted to message me, but I had him and the rest of my family blocked for the last year. For one whole year, like my family weren't able to contact me because we had like a massive argument, and I realized like, I hated them and everything. And so I blocked them all, kept on deleting their numbers, they'd message me with like a new number. I kept on blocking it. And eventually she receives a message from my father saying that they're just worried about me and that they wanted to let me know that my brother was getting married. And honestly, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Here I was with pure anxiety and depression for the last like year. But life moves on. I felt so horrible, and I was like stressed and anxious and so sad and depressed. And not to mention that then when COVID did happen, it was like the most stressful period of my life because I was working in a homeless accommodation shelter. And I was like helping one of the guys there to like not be like on the street homeless. And that was like super stressful for me. I remember I would literally like wake up in the middle of the night, drenched, like wet in sweat. Like literally imagine you got a water bottle and poured it. There was fully like the bed would be soaked because of how stressed I was. So it's sleepless nights. And I don't blame her for this, but like she used to get pissed off at me because I'd be so like wet and uncomfortable at nighttime and everything. And so she'd be like pushing me away. And it was a very like lonely time, and I never contemplated suicide, but I don't think I would have been like that far from the point of like where those thoughts would have come into my mind. And self-improvement really saved me there. And the next time where my health was really bad, it was in late 2022, this year just gone. I had moved from like the countryside of the UK, and we moved directly to London. And it was like really overwhelming for me. I've never lived in like the big city before. I'm quite like a natural, simple guy. So I live in like a town next to families and schools and everything. But I thought, oh yeah, business is booming. I'm making, lots of money and stuff. Let's go get an apartment in London because that's what you're supposed to do when you move out and stuff. And it was just instantly like just very overwhelming, like dizzying. It's not for me. And then from that point, I decided to move to Dubai. And that's when things got so much worse. Before I know it, I was waking up every single day with a headache, every single day with like nosebleeds. I track my my health. I'm not wearing it right now, but I usually have like a Whoop strap on or an Aura ring. And you literally saw all my health stats just go like that in those months that I moved over to Dubai. Super stressful time. Business isn't doing so well. Relationship with my girlfriend's falling apart. It was like a horrible time. When your health isn't ideal. You can't even do anything else, even if work is your priority. With poor health, it takes you away from work. When you have a woman that you love with poor health, you turn into an asshole towards her. You can't be productive, you can't be focused, your brain doesn't work as well. And so any money that you can spend to improve your health is really high ROI. So I want to tell you specifically some products. I'm not going to like link affiliate links or anything. I'm just going to mention them to you, products that have really helped me. The 8 Sleep is a very expensive product. It's like $2,000. It's like a mattress topper that regulates your temperature. And it just means that like you'll sleep better because your mattress normally will be like too warm. With this, it's like an AI system that like, tracks your body heat and then perfectly aligns your temperature to it. It's $2,000, so it's unaffordable for most people. But as you begin to make more money, if you want to invest in your sleep, this will improve your sleep by like 10, 20%. Every night that you sleep on it. Maybe a higher quality mattress. Like the 8 Sleep is like a mattress topper, but an actual higher quality mattress. I went to one of those local, like the big stores, Dream or whatever it was. I went there and they like literally like, you just go into like, I'm looking for a new mattress. This is the size that I want. And with a lot of these like big mattress companies, they'll make you go into like some scanner thing where you just like pretend to sleep and they'll find out which one's perfect for you. And the lady showed me around like a bunch of beds, let me try them on, and there was one that fit just perfectly. And my sleep has improved since then. And even pillows, like, be honest, are you sleeping on the same shitty pillow from the last like years and years, and you know that it's not even that nice, but you just keep procrastinating, getting a different one, trying one out, spending a day maybe $100 or something to go try out like a bunch of pillows to the one that you find that is absolutely perfect. Your sleep's going to improve by like 5% straight after that. And then I have a bunch of supplements. I have this subscription supplement, which is called Bionic. And they do a blood test, and then they find out which like nutrients you need, and then they just send it to you every month. So I've got like a bunch of bottles over there. I've got some premium fish oil as well, probiotics, also higher quality food. I get all of my food delivered. I don't like go to the grocery store or anything. I don't even buy from grocery stores because that's like, no offense, it's like normal mediocre people food when you go to like a normal grocery store. So I buy my stuff directly from the farms. I only eat like single ingredients. And so from the farms who have like the pasture-fed cows, I buy their beef. It gets delivered to my house. You can do this in the UK. You can just search like farms near me, and usually they've got websites where they'll literally come and like deliver you meat fresh directly from them, and cutting out the middleman of the supermarket where they put in all the extra like processing, packaging, everything. You can even find the farms who won't even make their meat touch plastics or anything like that, so there's less estrogens. The farms that promise no hormones, everything like that. So it isn't that much more expensive. Like my steak costs me like £8. You go to like a cheap grocery store, it's probably like $5 or £6 or something. It's not that much more expensive, but my health has improved significantly because of that. Also, talking about estrogenics, I've mentioned a few times on my videos what they are. Estrogenics are like these plastics and chemicals in the environment which mimic estrogen and essentially like fuck up your health as a man. It's estrogen, so you get bitch titties and everything. It lowers your testosterone, your fertility, and it's all around you. It's all in, like, it's in your drinking water. It's in the plastics that you touch. And so with money, you can afford to buy like estrogen-free products. Like, for example, I don't use like any kind of normal skincare products or tooth paste or anything like that, shower stuff. All of my stuff is like estrogenic-free. I also have a reverse osmosis water filter installed into my house. It's not as complicated as it seems, but if you go onto Amazon and search for RO, reverse osmosis water filter, you'll see that they're like a few $100s, and you might need to like pay someone I don't know, I think my dad did it for me, but like you might need to like pay someone like $50 to come around. That again is like, that's going to filter out the water, so you're not drinking water that's got estrogenics in, so like your testosterone's not being affected, because tap water is not even like safe to drink. How fucked is that? People don't even know this. And for $500 you can save yourself. When you live with your woman and you want to get pregnant with and have a child with her, she's drinking like poisoned birth control water. Think about how mad this is. There's literally like birth control hormones, the pill that a lot of women take every day. That's not filtered out from the water system. And so when you drink tap water, that's literally like, it's not filtered out. So you're drinking fucking birth control, which is fucking up your health. When your woman drinks it when she's pregnant with your child, she's drinking birth control while she's pregnant. Your child is in her stomach and she's drinking the like the diluted version of the pill that women take to not be able to have children. $500 to potentially save a fucking miscarriage? That's a high ROI. You can see why I think this is one of the best ways to spend money, is make sure your health is top tier. Health coaches as well. You can go find like online PTs and everything kind of related to like the skill section, but you can go find some teachers and some coaches who will literally look after your sleep. They'll track it, like, you know, they'll get all the data from like you wearing the ring, and they'll tell you, okay, yeah, try this, try drinking this tea. Let's see the stats and everything. That can be powerful. And even private healthcare. In the UK, we have the NHS, but it's not very good. And so I only go private. I had a surgery recently for varicocele. Like I had this thing, which you might even have, which is like the veins in your testicles are like too big, and it causes like too much heat, which lowers testosterone and fertility. And to get an appointment with the NHS would have taken like 6 months. You pay private, pay £4,000. The surgery's next week. Very powerful. And level 5, the best use of money possible, in my opinion, saving time. Spending money to save your time is the highest ROI thing, because with your time, then you can do everything else. So all of the other levels here are unlocked when you've got the free time to pursue them. So this is literally the priority. Any money you can spend to save your time is very powerful. And I realized this as I was becoming an entrepreneur. In 2019, when I was playing with this idea of becoming an entrepreneur, I realized what I was going to do. I was going to save up some money and invest that, but not in real estate, not in like, you know, the stocks or crypto or any bullshit like that, but rather just keep it in my bank account and essentially view it as an investment for the next like 3 months of runway, so I didn't need to work a job. Mark my words when I say this. This is going to sound weird, but because no one else has said this before, but mark my words. The greatest investment that you could possibly make is saving up a couple of months of expenses and then being able to quit your job and give yourself some runway so that you can go and start a business. The greatest investment is one in your time. This doesn't sound as cool of like an investment as real estate, but if you save up like £2,000 and you don't need to work for the next like 6 months because you live at home with family, so you've got like no expenses, you've just given yourself 6 months of life. Can you comprehend that? You've just given yourself 6 months of life, of like 40 hours or 50 hours a week, including commutes, just gone. You don't need to work that anymore. For any guys out there who are working full-time at a job that they hate, this is the greatest move they could pull, is save up a few £1,000s. Just move back to your parents if you need to. Save up like 6 months worth of your bills and literally just go all in on your business. Don't work a normal shitty job. Just go all in on your business for like 6 months. To save your time, you can also get services like meal prep. So I had one where they would deliver it to me like every week, and there'd be like 20 meals. I'd have like 3 a day or something. And that means that you don't need to go shopping for groceries because it gets delivered to you and you just, you know, choose the one that you want on the website. It means that you don't even need to cook because you just put it in the oven for like 15 minutes instead of you needing to like chop things or prepare things. It's literally just ready to go in the oven. And it even means you don't even need to clean up because the little cardboardy like thing, that like the bowl of it, you just throw it away afterwards. There's no cleaning up with the washing up liquid or anything like that. It will literally save you about 500 hours a year. That's fucking huge. Hiring people to do things so that you don't need to do them will also save you time. The best hire that I can think of for you, it's going to sound super odd, it's to hire a sibling, specifically a sibling or a family member who lives in your home. Because if you, like, the conventional advice people will say is like, oh yeah, hire a personal assistant. But there's a lot of friction to that. You don't even know how it works. It's a bit complicated. Do you want to give them your card details? But if you hire your sibling and you literally say to your sibling, like, save me time and I'll give you a few £100s a month, they'd probably do it. Or maybe your father would probably do it, right? And it means that they could do all your chores for you. It means that they can even, like, you know, look at your emails and make sure if there's anything important, they send it to you. If it's not important, you don't even ever look at your emails. Like, I haven't been on my emails in about 2 years now. My sister, for example, she even does like some of the YouTube stuff. So when my videos are done, she'll schedule it for me. So it saves me a few minutes there. My water bottles, she'll literally just walk into my room, take my water bottles, go and fill them up and bring them back up again. Minutes here, minutes here, minutes here. She checks my emails, even my post, she'll open it as well. And like, if it's something important, she'll come give it to me. If it's not, I don't need to see it. It sounds odd, but it's like paying your siblings or one of your family members, maybe even your mother or something, and just telling them like, I just want to focus on my business as much as possible. If you can save me 10, 20, 30 minutes a few different times in the day, if you can just make the food and literally bring it up to me, if when I want like a cup of tea or coffee, you would just make it and it wouldn't feel kind of weird between us for you being my servant or anything, but you would be like happy to do it to kind of support me. Just do that. I think specifically hiring like a family member is valuable because they're already in the house. They get this intimate level where like, you know, a personal assistant online can do some emails and stuff, but a sibling in your house can literally like hoover your room and can get your clothes ready and can fill up your water bottles and save you 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here. That sounds like small amounts. This is how you get to the next level. You prioritize your time. You put your time into your business to do those deep work tasks. You can also invest in a home gym. You don't need a full-on setup. All you actually really need is 2 kettlebells. So I just went on Amazon. I searched for kettlebells. I got 20 kg and I literally just did like an 8-minute workout every day instead of doing my normal like 1.5 hour routine and, you know, you need to get ready and go to the gym and everything. The most progress I've ever made in business was earlier this year when I stopped going to the gym and all I was doing was like those home workouts, quick 5-10 minutes a day, and then back to work again. And you might be wondering about the actual investments. So people talk about crypto and real estate and stocks. I've always had a very different opinion about that. And I'll just give you mine. You might want to take someone else's advice, but this is what served me well. I don't think it's worth looking into investing money like real estate because when you become a businessman, the truth is that the highest ROI you're going to get is first of all on yourself, like on these levels, you know, saving time, health and everything, right? And your skills. But after that, it's like just spend more money on your business. The highest ROI you're going to get is if you just hire more people, spend more money on your business, pay for like advertisements, learn those things. It's such a higher ROI than just buying it, you know, like what your parents would suggest or what some YouTuber tells you, like, yeah, our real estate's so awesome and this is so awesome. You know why? Because the best investment advice that I have seen online so far is to invest in the things that you actually know. Too many young people are being told, like, yeah, invest in stocks, invest in real estate. Be honest, bro. Do you really understand real estate? Do you really understand like the infrastructure of a house, what materials it's made, if it's triple glazed or quadruple glazed windows and how much that will change its ability to sell 10 years from now? Do you really understand like the market of like a city? If you do, fair enough. But for most guys, it's like, you probably don't. And you're probably just thinking like, oh, but I thought, you know, I could just rent it out and, you know, every year the price goes up, right? I don't think that's a good idea because do you really want to be powerless in your investments? You buy a house, if your whole country's market goes down, like you didn't get any control of that. You buy a stock or index funds and other people are controlling the price of it. Crypto, it's like nobody fucking knows like what the hell is happening with the price of crypto, but with your own business, you reinvest in that. You look for ways that you could spend money in your own business and you can forcefully make your business worth more. So to date, even though I make like a fair amount of money, I'm not even considering any kind of normal investments, just putting it back into the business. Why invest in real estate when you've got a business and you've got all that extra shit to think about, like where's the house? And you know, it's kind of new dopamine where it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to make so much money. You know, house prices always go up, but then you have to go and find the house. Then you've got to go and find like the way to rent it out. And you've got like these people coming into the house and they've made some damages and this and this. And here you are literally like, you've got this business and you're spending more time literally fighting over the house, which you're getting like $700 a month in rent. Oh, but it goes up by like $30,000 a year. That's $3K a month, bro. By this point, when you can afford the house, your business is probably doing 10, 15, 20K a month. Why would you want to like deviate your attention away? I've never understood it. So I'm not going to advise you to get into normal investments like everyone else would. My advice to you is literally just keep investing back into your business. Step 14. And now you realize the truth. Perhaps it might take you a few years to get to this point. I hope that it doesn't take you much longer than that. But you will realize at a certain point, if you allow yourself to, if you take a step back from your work and sometimes you go out into the mountains and you broaden your horizon, like your visual spatial field, you'll start to get the thoughts that like working so hard and making more money isn't actually as productive as you think it is. What I'm saying right now will scare you and cause fear inside of you, maybe some kind of sadness or agitation. I don't expect you to listen to this right now, but if you just heed these words, hopefully this will come back up again for you in a few years. Most men waste their lives working for money. You absolutely need money and you should make an awesome amount of it. But to waste your life doing it is a mistake. To prioritize making money over prioritizing your purpose, your masculine purpose, is a mistake. I believe that money should be used for your purpose. I don't think that the pursuit of money, like, overly working, should be used as a procrastination from your purpose. And I'm guilty of this all the time. It's so comforting and so nice to work. It's almost like a game where you want to see the score go up. But if you're pushing off your purpose for that, it's actually procrastination. You call it a game, well, it's very much like a video game. It becomes a bad habit. You should absolutely have work that you love, that feels like positive contribution to the world. Making a bunch of money at the same time is really awesome. You get to enjoy, some of the finer things in life that are a little bit pricey. But try not to sacrifice your purpose for it. For many men, their purpose isn't actually to make money. For most men, honestly, I don't believe that there's a man out there whose purpose is genuinely just make money. I don't your purpose is like your soul's, your body's reason for existing. Your body and your soul was not put here to just make money. Perhaps to create an impact or to contribute to the people that you care about. Perhaps maybe it was for fatherhood. Who knows what it is. But just be careful not to spend all your life, all your hours grinding away before you realize that you've just wasted a lot of it, that the extra numbers in your bank account didn't actually make a difference, and that if you spent those years pursuing your purpose, that would have actually changed your life and improved your life even further. Whether you make $2,000 a month or $200,000 a month, the real quality of life comes from the spiritual path. It comes from those immeasurable things like mindfulness, gratitude, love, community. Again, this isn't me saying, yeah, don't make money and money is so evil. No. Money's fun to make. It's awesome to work and to contribute and to provide value to others. Business is awesome. But do so whilst you prioritize your purpose. If your calendar doesn't reflect this, if every day you grind at your work whilst calling yourself a purposeful man, but realizing that your purpose is maybe fatherhood, and you're spending almost no time developing that and all your time in front of the computer screen, it's procrastination. This is just a message to my younger self that this is how I've lived for the past couple of months when I should have been pursuing my purpose more. I hope that you're able to free yourself from the need, the disease of needing as much money as possible. Because too many men waste their lives like that when there's bigger, more ambitious things that we can aim for. Hope that this guide serves you well and helps you complete this layer of your obsession, of your desire, much faster than most other people do. When you're speaking to someone who would need this advice, whether it's in person or online, please mention it to them. Just, hey, you should watch Hamza's full guide on making money. If you write that in some comments around the internet, if you send the link over to some people, if you mention it to a friend, that would spread this wisdom to them so that they can achieve financial freedom alongside you. Click and watch this video right now. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.